Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It is a glorious day here in Australia. And of course, what better way to start the day off than a little bit of Dynasty Scrolls action? Today, we will be talking about the Celebrate Festival. So if you're new or visiting and you're wondering what the fuck's going on, hit that like, subscribe, notification button. Jump into our beginner guides, jump into our Discord, it'll be linked in the description. And of course, ask us any questions that you may have. But today, Kirin has been unleashed. Don't really know how I feel about this guy. I've looked at what he does, and I mean, he is a support monster. Is he worth spending money on? Not really. But we'll delve into that in a second. But essentially, the Celebrate Festival, for those that don't know or haven't figured it out just yet, is a introductory festival. So they use Celebrate Festival to introduce all of the new heroes, weapons, and of course monsters to the game. But in saying that, it's pretty much only for those that spend money if they'd like to build that particular item day one. For the rest of us, though, it really isn't a spend happy event. I think a lot of people chose to spend for the Mythic Hero release, which is absolutely understandable. But I don't think a lot of people were spending for Kirin because Kirin's probably not going to do as much as we would like him to do early on. And we'll jump into exactly why I think that. But for those that are like me, the mere mortals that are free to play in this game, jokes aside, you will of course get some daily logins, which is going to be some gold. Grab that every day, don't miss out. You can participate in your general vicinity of achievements. You should be doing this anyway, but if you do, you'll get some additional currency. Be aware, it's all RNG though, so you don't go chasing shit that you don't really need. It really is just a waste, not gonna lie. Take it or leave it. You're not gonna be able to you're not going to be able to take these resources with you, so you will need to spend them as well. But essentially speaking, just play along, you'll get some free shit. I mean, I'm trying not to be blasé, but realistically, there's nothing for you to chase. It's just an additional thing that they added. I feel like they did it so that they, tried to hide the fact that this is a pay to win only event. Yeah. Anyway, you'll also have the opportunity to spend some of your saved up resources for these inkstones. The inkstones aren't too terrible. Divine weapon draw is going to correspond with the rebate. Well, we'll do another 10. I'll have a look in my bag to see if I have anything else. Grab that. So we did another 10. Do I have any in the bag? I don't think I have enough. We'll pull them out anyway. Actually, I do 38. So where are we? Where are we? Where are we? And this is the power of hoarding, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you just hoard your stuff. Trust me when I say it's worthwhile. Now, ultimately speaking, I really don't need a scimitar. It's just going to be food later on, but it is what it is. I think that is well and truly enough. Probably went over a little bit there. Not too much of a worry though. But essentially, you just want to do these and just accumulate some additional resources. And when you do get those, you can go to the goodies tab, click on the exchange, and that will be what is there. So you can get these ascension stones, which are pretty valuable. Obviously, cooling charms, which are equally valuable. And if you're at that stage where you're starting to purchase things for the trials, you can buy some aquamarines to get some stuff there to do the swaps. But mostly, I would say most players will probably, if they're new, they're going to focus on getting their weapons, and then they're going to get their hero shards to 7. So, epic variety up to 7-star. Eventually, mid game, you'll just be focusing on these pills. And then after level 120, you'll be buying the accessory enhancement stones. So this might not make much sense to you. If you are, of course, new. If you do have any questions, let us know in the Discord. We'll try to help you as well. But realistically speaking, Ultimate Beast Pills are probably the most valuable item that you can grab here. Eventually, though, you'll probably start to focus on the Ascension Stones and, of course, the Quillions because you need a fuck ton of those. But like I said, it's just an additional reward. You don't have to chase these down. You don't really need to prioritize it. It's just simply for free. The deluxe rewards, however, this is where things get a little bit more spicy. As you can see, the newest lovely ladies are here in shard form, and you can buy 5 of them for 10 of these Imperial Seals. Now, the only way to get Imperial Seals is to spend money, so spoiler alert, you do need to spend some cashish to do it. However, you do also have an option to get some of these ones here. Now, this is very interesting because I'd like to point this out. They actually are starting to appear as free items. So before you fall into the trap of buying those, make sure you check your rebate section as well in your timed event. So this is when I refer to rebates in the timed or ultimate guide videos, because you can actually get 15 for free today. And these will become reoccurring throughout the month. You just need to make sure you're looking at them. You can get Vanquisher gear, you can get relics, and you can get yep, you can get these shards as well. They will appear, and you can get, of course, these shards as well, which is another event that's corresponding. So don't be twisted. When you look at some of these value, quote unquote value, poorly valued fucking items, uh, because you can realistically get them everywhere else in the game for free, especially in the wishing shop as well for some of these shards. It's really not worth getting it from here. Maybe the exception will be the mythic heroes if you really are looking to build that and you're like, fucking, I don't want to build Kirin today, I just want to build my mythic hero, you could probably go ahead and focus on that. But essentially speaking, the only way to build this bad boy is to get 100 shards, and the only way to get 100 shards is to do the following. So you can buy them for gold. Now you can only get 45 of these shards. They've reduced it from 55 for the legendaries. However, it's going to cost you 9,000 gold. You're going to get 45 of these, so let's go ahead and purchase it. If you're going to ask me, is it valuable PB? Should I be doing that? Short answer is yes, of course. Buy the shards, forget about it. This is kind of the events where you start to work towards it as a free to play or a light spender. Because at the end of the day, when the billionaire event arrives, and this guy will be in probably next month's billionaire event, he'll have a separate event where it will contain mythic dice, not regular dice. There's 2 types of currency that will appear. Of course, we'll cover that when it goes live. But essentially speaking, you want to be ahead because the mythic dices are reduced. You can't buy as many mythic dice as you can buy regular dice. So they really quote unquote make these mythic type events fucking pay to win. 1,000% no cap. You will never get cap on this channel. It is 1,000% pay to win. You will not get mythic beasts for free when they start. When they first appear, you're not getting it for free. You're not getting anything for free, basically. You're gonna have to start hoarding, and if you get really lucky, I'm really proud of you. But for the majority of the population, they're really just gonna have to hoard the mythic tokens, mythic shards for the heroes as well. Basically, they're gonna have to hoard the arms rest to get the mythic combo charms. It really is just going to be a horde mentality. You're not going to be able to do it day one. But in talking about that, if you did want to build Kirin, and this is for the whales and the spenders on the account, because we love you equally, there is no judgment at all. You play the game the way you want to fucking play the game. I'll never endorse spending on any platform in any capacity, but I will endorse good value. If we're going to talk about value though, you're going to have to do the math yourself depending on where you are in the world. Obviously, the exchange rates will change. I would probably say these ones with the stamina pills are far more enticing. If you're going to, if you really think about it, you probably need to buy each of these ones out in order to get enough of the Imperial Seals now to get the full copy of Kirin. But if you look at the God's Blessing, it really, if they'd added, I feel like this is one of the poorest God's blessings that's it's out. You basically do need to buy around $160 worth of seals in order to get Kirin. The reason being is you pretty much have to start to star him up in order for him to be effective. And of course, we will be looking at his skill sets and his star sets in a second. But essentially speaking, you're probably going to have to be spending quite a lot of money in order to get the seals to do it. I wouldn't say God's Blessing is actually good value in that perspective. from a spender's perspective, I should say. I feel like the extra stamina pills are actually are better. These are far more valuable right here than the God's blessings, which is just my observation. You can agree or disagree. It's up to you if you want to. Let me know in the comment section what you think if you are a spender. But I feel like the stamina is a better option in terms of if you are going to build Kirin. I would go about building him through buying these packages if you want to spend, of course. No cap there. But in terms of what does this bad boy do? I should probably talk a little bit about these. Would I buy anything here? If you were chasing your last level of unlocking Stark Armor, maybe you can look at some epics and, of course, some legendary Stark Armor selection chests. Um, it might be worth your while to maybe invest in some of these guys. Of course, they are limited up to five, just because if I remember correctly, they do have Lubu in there. Actually, they don't have Lubu. Do they have Lou? No, they don't. It is a limited legendary Star Armor for 5k gold. You really need to look at what you're missing in order to make that sound investment. Uh, I don't know. I don't think I'll be buying them. Same with the epics. I don't think I'll be buying these ones either. Beast pills, 50% off. I mean, if you're really struggling with beast pills, it's not a bad idea. You can buy 3k worth to get 60. Obviously, make the informed decision. If you don't have enough gold for the next couple of events that are coming up, don't spend here. But basically, what does this guy do? So it the tooltip says that he heals, revives, and does a water shield. So as you can probably see, he heals everyone. He does like a damage reduction, which is technically his water shield. He has two abilities, so he somehow has sold you, and then I don't know what this is. You got to get to 2 star for him. So let's delve into it a little bit. Let's check out what Soldier does. So essentially, when two allied generals die, so two of your heroes die, he heals the whole team for 475% HP, and he revives one random killed ally with 20% HP. So it can only trigger once per battle, obviously, like all the other beasts. What does he get at 3 star? So this is kind of where it becomes a little bit more. You can see where I'm heading towards that. You sort of need to rank this guy up for him to be quite powerful. Because at 3 star level, essentially he does the same thing. He heals them, revives for 40% HP, and then he does like a damage mitigation shield for all of your heroes, 10% damage reduction for the remainder of the battle. And then, of course, everything gets inflated all the way up to 7 star when he does. All allies gain 25% damage reduction until the end of the battle, and he basically revives one of your heroes that's died for 100% HP and heals everybody. And so, really, is he a good hero? I mean, ultimately speaking, I should I say, beast, a good beast. Um, I mean, he's like a get out of jail free card. It's a 50-50. So if two shitty heroes on your team die and he revives one shitty hero, is that really worthwhile? You got to look at it from every angle. Or if one shitty hero dies and one good hero dies and he revives the good hero, then is he worth a little bit more? Ultimately speaking, healing doesn't do too much in this game. It kind of just keeps you afloat. I've never seen a heal from 0 HP all the way to 100 HP yet, so I doubt that that's even possible. However, what's this skill? This skill could be interesting. Gives a water shield to all revived allies. This could be where he gets a little bit spicy. It converts 20% of damage taken to HP for 2 rounds, so basically it becomes sort of like absorbing. So the water shield, once this procs, then damage gets absorbed and converted to HP for 2 rounds. What else is there? Gives a water shield to an ally revived by Divine Beast, converts 50% of damage taken to HP for 2 rounds. So again, it's still the same question you have to ask yourself. So PB, if a shitty hero dies and a good hero dies, and he revives the good hero, and then he gets a water shield, so that that good hero can last a bit longer, then he starts to look a little bit more attractive. However, again, if you have shitty heroes that are getting revived, even with the water shield, and they're healing themselves constantly for 2 rounds, is that realistically, is that going to do anything for your team? Short answer is no. I don't feel like it's going to do anything for your team. Realistically, the thing that's going to help your team is the damage reduction. And I feel like that's why a lot of players will build him, is because he's going to give damage reduction to all your teammates, which is very, very similar to, the combo charms and stuff like that. I mean, this guy here, Demon's Roar, it does a damage reduction to all enemies. So it's going to do it for your own team as well. Take less damage and all that sort of stuff, which is, it's a support. He's a support beast. Don't get it twisted. Obviously, if you're looking at what heroes, or sorry, beasts to replace, I'd say Mechanical Bird gets the chop first. Um, no, not Mechanical Bird. Mechanical Ox. Mechanical Ox. Keep the bird. I mean, you'd almost think Cyan Rook would get the chop as well. Honestly, I feel like Cyan Rook, maybe from my perspective, just because I haven't leveled the Rook up yet. Um, I probably would give him, yeah, I don't know. I would, yeah, I probably would give that one the chop. So I think that's pretty much it in terms of the Celebrate Festival. If you do have any other questions, let us know in the comment section down below. Basically speaking, you will need to spend money to build this guy. How much money you'll need to figure out yourself. But if you do go down that path, grab the stamina pills. Trust me when I say you could never have enough stamina pills in this game. Pretty much skip everything else. Buy the shards. Buy these shards. Trust me, you want to buy those shards. You don't want to be behind the ball when he does appear in the billionaire event. Of course, if you don't have the gold, you don't have the gold. It is what it is, right? Realistically, have fun, and I'll see you all in the next one.